Hello and welcome. My name is Coach JT Tapias and I am a professional fitness life coach and the founder of the Empty Your Bucket Nutrition Plan. I decided to shoot this video because you probably have been watching some of my videos and wondering, who is this guy? What is he all about? And I just wanted to introduce myself because I feel like we are kindred spirits, right? You are here, you're watching my channel. Hopefully you're utilizing some of the tips, some of the hacks, some of the things that I put out there. And hopefully you're applying those things to your life and you're seeing some of your goals and some of the things that you're looking to do come to fruition. But I truly believe that most people don't do something, right, until they have a strong why. In other words, the why is more important than the what. And introducing myself, my goal here is for us to get closer and hopefully for you to trust me a little more and watch some more of these videos and hopefully apply some of the concepts and some of the ideas that I share with you in a spirit of you getting better, getting stronger, and helping you edify your journey in your mind, your body, and your spirit. And so, first and foremost, I am originally from Medellin, Colombia. That is in South America. Grew up in New York City. Went to New York City when I was 1 year old, and actually lived in New York City until I was 11. At 11, we went back to Colombia, lived there for a couple of years, and I happened to find my talent, soccer. I was a very talented soccer player, and I often say that if you drop a basketball anywhere in the world, especially in Latin America, they'll play soccer with it, right? Every kid there loves soccer. That is the national sport. And so, of course, I embraced it. I had some talent there. And I quickly went through the minor divisions and some teams there in Colombia. And then at the age of 17, I got to travel to Europe. I played competitive soccer in Europe and Mexico. I played a little bit here in the States. And then, sadly enough, at the age of 24, my career ended and I was devastated. I was absolutely devastated because there were 5 professional soccer players in my family. They all had full careers, very great just players, and they got to travel the world and do some amazing things. And I thought I was going to follow in their footsteps, but my career was cut short at the age of 24. And I was devastated for a full 9 months, very depressed and trying to figure out what I was going to do with my life. And one day I was sitting there, and one of my buddies who used to cut my hair, he was cutting my hair, and I had taken the gym very seriously after my career had ended. It was kind of my way of de-stressing, and so I would be at the gym for sometimes for 2-3 hours and just beat my body up because I needed to channel that energy. And so I was pretty fit, and I was sitting there, and my buddy was cutting my hair, and he looked at me and he says, JT, you eat well, you exercise, this is your discipline, you have really excelled in this whole fitness thing in such a short period of time. Have you ever thought about making a career out of it? And I remember he was cutting my hair, and I looked right through the mirror and I said, absolutely not. I don't want to do that because that's going to take time away from my workouts. And I've seen trainers are always busy, and that's not what I want to do. But I remember walking away from that conversation and actually considering it and just asking the question, what if I decide to embrace it? Like, how can I do it different? How can I do it better? And I started on that journey of trying to figure out how I could actually help people from that platform. And I remember doing a lot of research, a lot of market research. I wanted to see like what the competition looked like and what other trainers and coaches were offering. And back then, I realized that I was in a really gym-saturated area. To be exact, there were 30 gyms in a 5-mile radius. Lots of competition, and so I was in a red ocean. If you know anything about that marketing concept, the red ocean there's a lot of sharks. That's why the ocean is red. And I was looking for a blue ocean where there were no sharks, right? I wanted to differentiate myself, and I found that differentiator in nutrition. I understood early on that if someone embraced proper nutrition, they can make radical changes way faster than if they actually embrace just exercise alone. So I said, well, what if I combine the two? I make it fun, I make it fast, I make it dynamic, and I teach people how to do the nutrition aspect of things in an easy way without counting calories, macros, or points. And I give them something that is very sustainable and where they're going to be able to see quick results, because if they get those quick results, they're going to stay motivated and they're going to, continue forward with their journey. So sure enough, I put together my plan. I became a a fan of circuit training because it was so dynamic and it was quick and we were hitting different muscle groups, and people would leave my gym exhausted, and then they would get a nutrition plan, and I would see people radically change. People that had been going to the gym for 10, 15 years and had never seen results like the results they were getting with me. And it wasn't because I was so special. It was simply because I combined two big powerhouses, which is proper nutrition, the right kind of cardio with the right kind of training, the right kind of recovery. And then I was also reframing their ideas. I was helping them with their cognitive processes around food, around family interactions, about how to think of this, not just in terms of losing weight or looking a certain way, but actually performing a certain way. And I started to create all this like movement around personal growth, exercising, and really helping people just get outside of their comfort zone. And I remember I started a little gym, a 400 square foot facility, if you can call it that. It was more like a storage room. Everyone told me that it wasn't going to work. Everyone was telling me that I needed to find a bigger space. But in my gut, in my heart of hearts, I knew that that place was going to work for me. Sure enough, I opened up my little 400 square foot shoebox gym, and I could not, I wouldn't sleep because I was constantly working with clients. I would open the gym at 5 in the morning, and it would be 10 o'clock at night, and I was still going. I was in my early 20s, so I had all the energy and all the excitement. I had just started a new business. Things were going well for me. And it was just this little 400 square foot facility, but I was doing privates. And I had a book of clients of like 80 clients. And so I was working 6 days a week, and these were really hard, exhausting days, but I was so fueled by seeing people that had never in their lives either worked out, or people that had been working out and had never seen results like this, just changing radically before my eyes. And so I was there for about 3 years, and from there I went and rented a bigger space. To be exact, it was a 4,500 square foot facility, and I created a studio, and I had trainers under me, and I had all this stuff going on, and life was looking good. My career was excelling, and I had my tribe, the people that were following me and supporting me. I was going to conferences, I was speaking, I was doing all these great things. And then there's always that and then, right? I fell into some vices. I fell into some pretty dangerous things that kind of creeped up on me, because at that point in time, I really, in my mind and in my body, things were very organized and diligent. But I realized that I was missing a very important component. It was the spiritual aspect of my life. And so I hit rock bottom, even though my finances, my career, everything was going well, but internally some things were happening that most people couldn't tell. And I was spiritually broken. Now, I don't know where you stand with all these things. Maybe you believe in a spiritual life. Maybe you don't. But what I would say is just bear with me and let me explain what happened to me. I, at that point in life, was an atheist. I really didn't believe in anything superior or that we were created human beings. I just simply felt like we were here, and once we died, that was it. And that was pretty much it. And I kind of thought that maybe there was something up there, but I didn't think about it too much. And so at the age of 31, my life comes crashing down, and one of my buddies, who was very bold, shared his faith with me. And he was a Christian. And I remember my first encounter with him was interesting because he's a good-looking guy. He was married to a beautiful wife. He had this great, genuine way to himself. He was a very pleasant person to be around. And so when he sat in front of me and I told him that I was literally going to take myself out, that's how bad of a place I was in, he told me, "Let me tell you what God is doing in my life." And let me tell you, that conversation initially was rejected aggressively by me. I pushed back on it. But he invited me to this place he would go to, this church place he would go to, and I reluctantly accepted his invitation. We walked into this beautiful building. I saw two things that I loved at the time: Starbucks coffee and beautiful women. And I said, wow, okay, this is it. I'm in, right? And I went in there. I sat in this big auditorium. I heard this pastor preached this very, very compelling message about the book of Job in the Old Testament. And Job is a man that was faithful to God, and he had it all. And in a moment of testing, he gets everything taken away, including his health. And I resonated with everything that pastor had to say about Job, except the fact that I wasn't a man who is righteous or living for God. And so I thought it was a great message. I thought it was a great coincidence. I looked at my buddy, service was over. I said, okay, that was awesome. Let's go. And he said, well, let's walk up to the prayer team. I had no idea what he was talking about. I remember walking up to a very young man who looked very, very innocent, like he had always been brought up in church. And he said, what are we praying for? And I remember just like unleashing, right? And telling this man all the things I had going on. And he told me, close your eyes. We're going to pray for you. I can't even remember what he said because I blacked out. I was so embarrassed. I was hoping that no one that knew me was watching me. And he just said his prayer. And I remember that at one point in that interaction, I felt as if I had stuck my finger in an electrical socket and energy came through my body. And I just started bawling like a baby. And I walked out of the doors of that church that day, and I felt like a 3,000-pound gorilla had fallen off my shoulders. I woke up the next day, and I remember looking in the mirror and for the very first time, not feeling ashamed and actually feeling free. And what happened after that was a very progressive thing in my life. And fast forward 13 years since that happened, my life has radically changed. I've embraced marriage. It was something that I didn't want prior to this spiritual experience I had. And I was very selfish. I just wanted to travel and make money and sort of live for myself. But after that spiritual experience, my heart started to soften. I decided to settle down. I met my wife. We dated for 3 months, got married on month 4. It's been 10 years. We just celebrated our 10-year vows renovation. We have 2 little ones that are just an incredible blessing from God, a 6-year-old Sarah Mia and a 3-year-old Hannah. And life is busy and fun and exciting, and I've learned so many incredible things. And the cool thing about all this process is that truly, for me, it started from a physical standpoint. And I've been able to take some of those lessons, including the very first lesson that I learned when I was a kid. And Superman was my superhero. And I watched the Superman movie for the first time. And after I saw the movie, I was in my grandma's house. I grabbed the red towel, I wrapped it around my neck, and I jumped outside of the 3rd floor apartment building. And I broke my arm in 3 parts. And it was the most painful thing ever in life. But I remember crying and looking at my arm and understanding that taught me a lot of things, especially that gravity was real. But it taught me that in adversity, in some of the deepest pains, some of the biggest struggles, we learn some of our most important lessons. And I've been able to package that and put it into a platform that is so tangible for most people, because we can't control the economy. We can't control our partner. We can't control many aspects of our lives. But one thing we can do is we can tame our hunger. We can decide to activate our physiology. And that, my friend, wherever it is you are in life, is an amazing starting point. If you embrace that, people ask me all the time, where do I start? Say control, tame your hunger, and activate your physiology, because that's going to shift your thoughts. Your thoughts shift your emotions shift your actions shift your habits shift your character. And as a byproduct of that, you can live a masterpiece of a life. It's not as easy as I'm saying it, but sequentially and systematically it happens. And when that happens, your life looks incredibly, incredibly different. Guys, my name is JT Tapias. Once again, 44 years old. I've been doing this transformation coaching for 23 years now. I can't believe so much time has passed by. And this is a platform that I truly feel that God has gifted me and allowed me to share with so many people all around the world. And I would love to have an opportunity to share these things with you. I hope you have already subscribed to my channel and hit that bell notification so that when we release videos, you're the first one to know. And I would love to work with you sometime in person if fate has it. And and we can come together and do some awesome things together. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed my story. I hope you got to know me a little better, and hopefully in that process you can trust me enough to start applying some of these principles and some of these things that I teach here on my channel. My name is JT Tapias. I will talk to you soon. And if you enjoyed that video, watch this video here because it piggybacks off of everything I said, and it shows you how to systematically apply some of these principles to your life. Guys, I'll talk to you soon. Ciao, ciao.